Welcome back to Learn with Chris. I'm Chris. Today I'm going to continue with our phrasal verbs. We are on the letter T, and the verb we are going to do today is take, T-A-K-E. We have 14 verbs, phrasal verbs to look at, so let's get started. Number one is take after. When you take after someone, you look like them or you resemble them. It's like having a similar appearance. Example, he really takes after his mother. Just look at those ears. So of course, because we get our DNA from our parents, we generally will look something similar to our mother or our father. So you take after your parents. Number two, take apart. Take apart is to dissemble something into pieces, like break it apart, take it apart. You could do this with, of course, a computer. You could take apart a computer. You could take apart a phone, any type of electronics. But my example is, unlike adults, when kids complete a Lego model, they will usually take it apart and make something new. So I find this to be true, of course. Kids, when they finish making the Lego model, they'll take it apart and then make something else, using their imaginations, of course. But adults, like myself, if I make a Lego model, I'm never going to touch it again. It's going to stay as the model forever. Number three, take aside. When you take someone aside, you're going to talk to them in private. So you're going to take them to aside, as in away from other people, and talk to them privately. Example, the boss took Helen aside to criticize her work because she didn't want to embarrass Helen in front of her coworkers. This, of course, is the correct action. You don't want to embarrass your employee by criticizing in front of everybody. So you take them aside, talk to them privately, and then criticize them then. Number three, take away. When you take something away, you remove something. The example I have is, just take some paracetamol and it'll take away the pain of your headache, right? So it's going to remove the pain. So a painkiller, right? It takes away the pain, removes it. Number five, take back. I got two meanings for this. The first one is to retract a statement. So if you say something and you're like, oops, I shouldn't have said that, I take it back. I take back what I said. And the second example is to return something. Often for like library books, you're going to take back the book, right? Examples. A, I apologized to Susan and took back the rude words I said to her. And B, that library book is due tomorrow. You should take it back today. So yeah, if you say something bad to Susan, you apologize and you take it back. So it's like, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I should not have said that. So it's retract what you said. May or may not matter, because after you say something, it's already affected the listener, right? Return a book, so you have to take back the book to the library. Number six, take down. Take down is to take down some notes, to write down notes. Example, the researcher was taking down the answers of the interviewees in his notebook. So he was writing down what the interviewees were saying. Number seven, take in. And we're going to have three meanings for this. You take in, as in you absorb information. So you're listening, you're paying attention, you understand what people are saying. Like, I hope you take in what I'm telling you now. Absorb information. The second way to take in is to lie to someone or to deceive them. So they'll be taken in by your lies. And the third one is to take care of an animal or take care of a person. You take them in, like it's kind of almost like adopting. Adopt a kid or adopt an animal or something. You take them in. Examples. A, students take in a lot of information when the teacher is interesting. B, Thomas was completely taken in by the lies of his ex-girlfriend. And C, when I was a kid, we took in a cat on a few different occasions, right? So if the teacher's interesting, the kids will take in more information. They'll absorb more. B, Thomas believed the lies. He was deceived by his girlfriend. And the last one, I took in cats when I was a teenager, so took care of them. Number eight, take it. If you take it, you accept it. Typically criticism. So we often talk about like you can dish it out, but you can't take it, right? So you can't accept the thing that you give. If you can give it out, but you can't take it yourself, that's considered to be a bad thing, right? So if I'm going to criticize you, I should be able to accept criticism myself, right? So it kind of be like a two-way, right? Example, Bob is really good at dishing out criticism, but he sure cannot take it. So Bob is like criticizing people, complaining about people, but when they criticize him, he completely doesn't accept the criticism. He can't take it. Number 9, take it upon yourself, or take it upon myself, or take it upon himself. That's when you accept responsibility for something. Example, George took it upon himself to learn how to cook when his wife became too busy with work. So he accepted the responsibility of cooking for the family. So he did it himself. He took that responsibility by himself. And I don't think the meaning is like his wife made him do it. He voluntarily took upon the responsibility. He wasn't forced into it. When you take something upon yourself, you choose that responsibility, not it's forced upon you. And we wouldn't use take it upon yourself in that case. Number 10, take off. 3 meanings for this, yeah. So one is to take off your clothing, to remove your clothing. The second one is the airplane will take off, so it leaves the ground when it takes off. It, of course, lands and takes off. And the third is when you become successful. Usually your career or maybe a company has taken off. It's become super successful. Examples. Always take off your shoes before entering a Buddhist temple. B, what time does your plane take off? C, America's Got Talent has helped to take a lot of musicians' careers off. Okay, so remove your shoes, take off your shoes before you enter a temple in Thailand, of course. So remove clothing. The airplane takes off. What time does it take off? And the America's Got Talent, which is, what's that called? A musical variety show or something like that? That's helped a lot of musicians' careers take off, right? So it's helped musicians become successful or become popular. I don't watch the show myself, however. Number 11, take on. When you take on, you 2 meanings. The first one is you allow passengers to get onto your airplane or your ship. So you take on passengers, and you employ someone for your company. So you take on new employees. Examples. A, the plane stopped at London to take on more passengers. And B, the company is facing a manpower shortage and needs to take on at least 10 new employees. So yeah, the plane will take on more passengers. That means the passengers will go onto the airplane. And of course, the company will take on more employees. They will hire or employ more people. Number 12, take out, and I have 4 meanings for this. The first is to borrow money from a bank specifically. If you're borrowing money from your friend, you're not going to use take out. You're just going to use borrow or lend. But from a bank specifically, you take out a loan, right? The next one is if you go on a date with someone, so you take someone out, you take them on a date. The third one is to get insurance, like you take out health insurance, you take out life insurance. And the fourth one is to kill someone. If someone got taken out, that means they were killed. So very specific meaning there. Examples. We need to take out a big loan to pay for our house. That's A. B, Fred took Jesse out to a restaurant last night. So that's a date. C, it's important to take out some health insurance before you travel internationally. And D, the witness was taken out by the mafia after he talked to the police. So yeah, so take out a loan, take someone out on a date to the restaurant, take out health insurance before you travel, and the witness was taken out, killed by the mafia. And number 13, take over. When you take something over, you assume control of it. It could be in like a work situation or even like a military situation. So example, I need to step out for a few minutes. Dave, can you take over for me? So I'm in control of the situation, the company, the army, whatever, and I need to go do something. Someone else will assume control for me. Another word we could use for this as an idiom would be run the ship. So you need someone to run the ship. Again, it's generally used with companies, right? Number 14, our last one, take up. There are 4 meanings. The first one is when you start a new hobby, like you take up golf, for example, you start a new hobby. The second one is when you accept an offer. If somebody offers you something, you take them up on it. That means you accept their offer. The third meaning is to occupy time. So what's your time taken up by doing? Like, you see the example in a minute. And the fourth is to occupy space. For example, all of these books are taking up space on my bookshelf. So, examples. A, Carl took up breakdancing after he watched the Summer Olympics. B, thank you for the offer. I think I will take you up on it. C, many managers' time is taken up with meetings. And D, your room is cluttered. It's taken up with so much junk. So the first example is to take up breakdancing, to start a new hobby. Second example is I accept your offer, or I think I will accept your offer. I'll take you up on your offer. And the third example, manager's time is taken up with meetings. That means that's what they're occupying their time, doing a lot of meetings, spending time in meetings. And the last is your room is taken up with so much junk. So you have a lot of junk in your room, that's occupying space. All right, so that is 14 take verbs. Let's just read through them again. Take after, take apart, take aside, take away, take back, take down, take in, take it upon yourself, take off, take on, take out, take over, and take up. Okay, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you have a good day. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you in another video soon. Take care. Bye-bye.